Welcome to my channel, and I'm here to inspire you, give you crochet advice, and help you along with your next project. If you enjoyed this pattern, please give me a thumbs up or even comment so I can gauge your interest. It helps me to know what to film next. I'm not very formal. Here's today's zinger. So I need to learn to keep calm and crochet on. But looking at my patterns list here, I'm just so stressed out. I just need to grab some yarn and a hook and let's begin to play. So let's start today's tutorial. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So my friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. We have another Jeanne pattern today. This is the Be Mine square blanket. There is a chevron version to this. There's also row by rows, and those are going to be available on YouTube. So what we have here, and it's also a free pattern just so you know. So that's what we do here. So what we have is a nice sequence that will repeat over and over and over. So once you get this into your head, you can just blast it out. It's using Red Heart with Love with a 6mm size J crochet hook, and what Jeanne has done for us is that she has the color breakdowns in the charting format so that you can just check it off on the list as you go. And so she has what the stitch counts are per side because people do ask for that, and so she did it very clearly here, and also the color of A, B, and C. So that's something that you can decide to do for yourself. I'm going to be using Cairn Jumbo yarn today. It's called Lake Mist, and what it is that it's a transitional yarn on its own, and it actually does a really cool job. So this is Cairn Jumbo Ombre. So I'm gonna be playing with that today, and I'm gonna get you started right away, and we're going to begin our journey right now. So let's begin today by creating a slip knot, and we're gonna start with the color A, whatever you decide to do, or whatever colors that you would like to make for this. It doesn't really matter. And we're going to chain 2. And in the first round, what we're going to do then is in the second chain from the hook, which is the very starting one, we're going to apply the following. We're going to apply 1 single crochet first, chain 2, and then another single crochet in here. What we're doing is we're creating 4 sides. So then chain 2, single crochet back into that 1, chain 2, and single crochet back into that 1. And what Jeanne's signature is that usually on the end of a row she does a half double crochet join. So what she does is after the last single is in here, here's the first single, she just does a half double crochet join. So it's just that, and so then that becomes the very center of a corner. Some people like it, most people actually like it, a few people don't, but that's what she's done, and I think it's a great thing that she's taught me over the years and that I've used this so often. Let's begin round number 2. So we have to really pay attention to the end of this round, but let's get ourselves there first. We're going to chain 3, which will count as your first double crochet, and every time you start with the chain 3 it's always a double crochet, and in the same space we need to apply another double crochet. Now Jeanne's asking us to skip this single crochet and go immediately to the next corner. So in the corners there will be 2 double crochet to start, and then chain 2 will turn the corner, and then 2 more double crochets into that same corner. And that's how you'll do your corners in this round. So once that corner's done, you're gonna immediately just skip the next single crochet and go right to the corner. And in the corner, just like I just showed you, it's 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. So we'll do this all the way around. And once I get a little bit bigger, I'm gonna just give you instructions on what to do all the way around instead of just following everything step by step, because you could just look down and do your work, right, because it's a repeat. So continuing around. Now when you get all the way around, you're just gonna come to the immediately, this is the half double crochet join where this is coming out of, so go right into there and place your 2 final double crochets in there, and we're going to join with the half double crochet to the top of the first chain 3. Here is the trick. After this round and every round going forward, we always have to turn the project around. So we do not chain up 3 and then continue in the same thing. We just turn this completely around and go in the direction from which we just came, and this helps keep it a great balance. So get rid of the loose ends if it's in your way at this time, and we're gonna start round number 3 in a moment. In round number 3 we're going to do something unique. So I'm actually learning as I'm going here. So we're going to chain 2 and Jeanne says this is the same as an extended single crochet, which I will demonstrate when we get here. So chain 2 equals that. The remaining stitches going all the way across here, there's only 4 stitches, is going to be a front post double crochet. So wrap the hook and going around the post, keep on the front side of the work, which is what you're looking at. So this is technically the back side of the work, but just keep on the front and just do a front post double crochet. And what this is doing is that the other side is technically the good side of the work, and so it's putting texture on the opposite side. It's easier to put in these front post double crochets in than it is to do back, so I think that's probably why she has us turned. I'm sure there's more of a method to the madness, but you never know, right? So she wants us to do an extended single crochet here on the corners. And so how we do that is that we just literally insert the hook into the stitch. So in this case it's a space, and we wrap the yarn and we pull through. We then usually with single crochet we wrap the yarn and pull through 2. In extended we wrap the yarn, pull through 1 loop only, and then wrap the yarn, pull through 2. So it makes it a little bit taller, which is what that chain 2 equals. We're gonna turn the corner, so we're just gonna chain 2 and do another extended single crochet here. So just going into the space, pull through only 1 loop, then pull through the 2. And now the remaining of these are front post double crochets. Sorry, I drew a blank there for a second. So at any point I did get a criticism online that I don't show the front enough when I'm doing stuff like this, but this is what it looks like. So it's got texture. Okay, and I'll be turning it around after the end of this round. So once you get to the next corner, again another extended single crochet. You'll get used to doing it. Chain 2 and then another extended, and etc. So please do this all the way around. I'll see you at the end of the round number 3 in a moment. So I'm coming around on number 3 and I need to finish the first space that I started with. So I'm gonna do an extended single, and then I'm going to do a half double crochet join to the top of the chain 2. Now here's the thing. On the pattern is all the stitch counts per side. So if you need that, please just go and look at that. It's a lot easier for you to do that than it is for me to be quoting, because people misunderstand. So it's just easier for you to do that. So turn your work back to the good side of the work. So you'll be turning after every round, and then you can see the texture as we begin round number 4. So after you finish number 3, you just gotta turn your work and make sure that you are looking at the right side. You can see the texture, and this will start with round number 4. So now we're going to begin, and we're going to be using the corner spaces as part of the stitch work to do the cross stitching that we will be doing. So just be paying attention to that, and it does matter for counting. So let's begin. We're going to chain 3, which will count as your first double crochet, and we're going to be doing a cross stitch using the very next stitch plus this corner space at the same time. So you're gonna come immediately to the next space. Normally we would jump that and go to the next one over, but in this case we're gonna be using this corner. So come immediately and double crochet the next stitch, and then in the space you wanna cross stitch back. So you wanna go and wrap the hook, just lean it forward and get into that space and pull through, and pull through 2 and 2. So you're cross stitching right into the corner space. You see that? So this double crochet and this particular stitch I just put in will give you the right count to keep this thing square. Jeanne now wants us to now put one double crochet by itself, and then we're going to cross stitch again. So you're gonna use the next 2, so skip the next one, double crochet that one, and then come on back. She wants us then to double crochet the next, and we're approaching our corner. So we have 1 stitch in our corner. So to do the last cross stitch here, you want to go right into the space first, the corner space, and then cross stitch back into the one that you skipped over. But you're not done yet. In this corner space you have to place 1 more double crochet before the side is done. And to turn, you're just gonna chain 2 and begin all over again, and I'll show you one more time. So in the space you're going to double crochet. You're going to double crochet the next one and then cross back into the space. So double crochet the next and then cross back into that space. I know stuff like this is hard to see on camera because you know I have the ability to turn it and you don't. So we do that. So we got a cross stitch, one double crochet into the next, and then crisscross again, so cross stitch, and then one double crochet into the next, and then you're going to cross stitch, so use the next space, cross stitch back, and then double crochet back in there, and then chain 2 and turn. So do this for the remaining of round number 4, and I'll be right back at the end of this round. So I'm approaching the end of this, and I've just did my crisscross using the final space. Make sure you double crochet into that final space again to make sure that you have the sequence, and then you're just gonna do a half double crochet join to the top of the chain 3 that you started with. And that was round number 4, and I need you to turn your work now and begin number 5. And 5 through 8 is the sequence for the remaining of this blanket. So let's begin number 5, and 5 it says to start a new color. If you don't want to do that, I'm not going to, but you just have to join it and do a standing single crochet in the corner to start if you want to do that. In my case I'm just gonna chain 1 and do 1 single crochet into there. So these crisscrossing that we did really gives you an indication of what to do. So just use those as your like a I'm trying to figure out how to describe that. Use that as a marking point on how you're going to do this round. The 1 double crochet here is standing by itself. So Jeannie wants us to do a back post double crochet. So wrap the hook and going around the back, and then just pull that post towards the back and pull through and pull through 2 and 2. See this cross stitching? She wants us to put a single crochet in each of those. So every time you see the cross stitching, you just need to apply a single crochet on top of them. See this one by itself? That's lonely. It needs a back post double crochet. Do you get it? So there's a cross stitch, so you're gonna single crochet on top of the cross stitch, so 1 into each, and then the lonely one all by itself needs a back post double crochet. And you're gonna do that all the way around. So there's a cross stitch, so there's a couple of single crochets going in there. This is the one right before the corner, so make that as a back post double crochet, and the corners for this particular round are 1 single crochet into the space, chain 2, 1 single crochet. I'll take you through one more side. So we have the lonely double crochet by itself. Make that as a back post double crochet, and then the next 2 here is part of a crisscross, so make those as a single crochet. Here's another lonely one, so make it a back post double crochet, and then single crochet over top of the crisscross. Okay, so you're gonna do this all the way around, nice and easy really. When you think about it, you can see what you need to do, and it's actually pretty, I love the texture. It's a great idea. So we come to the next corner, so single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet back in. So please do this all the way around for round number 5, and I'll be right back in a moment. So I'm coming all the way around, just keeping what I know, and in the last space you're going to single crochet and then join it with a half double crochet to the first single crochet. And don't forget, at the end of a round you have to turn to go back and look at the beautiful texture of that. It's awesome. Let's begin number 6. So number 6, Jeannie's letting us off the hook on this one, and we're going to begin chain 3. That's your first double crochet, and in the same space I need you to double crochet one more time. Each stitch all the way across to the next corner is strictly just 1 double crochet in each. This helps stabilize. You need those flat spots in texture work in order to make the texture really jump. So if it's too textury, it just becomes a jumbled mess. So this is a great opportunity to be able to have it stabilize. because that's the only thing stable that on camera today is this. Can't speak for my own personality, but what I have here is that I'm going all the way to the next corner. So the corners in this particular round will always be the same. It'll be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, but I'll be there in a second. And remember, the stitch counts are available to you on the pattern if you need it. So we have 2 double crochet to start, chain 2 will allow you to turn, and then 2 more double crochet into the same spot. So please do this all the way around. This is lucky round number 6, and I'll be right back at the end of this round in a moment. So I'm coming all the way around. In the last space you want to place in your 2 double crochet, and then you want to join it with a half double crochet to the top of the first chain 3. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, so let's turn our work at the end of this and let's begin number 7. So we're back to number 7, and it's the same thing that we did with this, creating this texture of what we did here. And so remember, we're going to chain 2, which will count as an extended single crochet. Each one of these double crochets now are going to be a front post double crochet, and that will keep the texture on the other side of the work, which is the good side, the right side they call it. And what we're going to do then is on the corners we will do those extended single crochets. So I'll show you the corner in just a second, and just keep blazing along till you get there. So you're coming all the way across, and you're coming into the chain space. So it's an extended single crochet, so just go right into the space, pull through 1 only, and then 2, and then you're gonna turn your corner. So it's gonna chain 2 and then another extended single. So in, pull through 1 loop, then pull through 2, and then restart again with these front post double crochets to go around, and if you turn it around, there is the texture. Delicious. Let's keep on going. I'll see you at the end of this round. This is lucky round number 7. Okay, I'm coming all the way around, and I'm just doing my last extended single crochet, and then I'm going to join to the top of the chain 2 where I started with a half double crochet join. And we need to turn our work and do round number 8, which is going to be the final, the repeat. And we've already done this before, but this just is where you're going to end the repeat. Let's do number 8. So round number 8 is the same as round number 4. Jeanne has written it as 5 through 8 so that this becomes the final round when you're finished your blanket. So number 8 is the final round once you get all the way there. So to begin, it is chain 3, and that is your first double crochet, and you're going to do your cross stitching again. So you just come immediately to the next one and then cross back into that beginning space. And then what are you going to do? You're going to create 1 double crochet that will stand by itself because you need that in the future, and then the next 2 are used as a cross stitch. So skip the 1, come back into the one you skipped, and then 1 by itself, and then use the next 2 as a cross stitch. So please do this all the way to the next corner. Make sure that you do put your solo single or double crochets in there that stand by themselves in between the cross stitching because it matters, and then I will see you on the first corner just to make sure you're turning properly. If you recall in number 4, you're going to skip the last one before, and you're going to go into the space and then cross stitch into the one you skipped, and then double crochet into the same space, and then you can officially turn. So chain 2, so double crochet into the space, and then start your cross stitch. So come immediately to the next one and cross back into the space, and then the next one is 1 double crochet by itself, and then the next 2 are used as a cross stitch, and you'll do this all the way around. This is round number 8. I'll see you at the end of the round and we'll recap today's pattern. When you get back around, you're just treating it like you normally would. So you go into the space and then jump back into the one that you skipped over, and then you're going to double crochet into the same space and then conclude it with a half double crochet to the first chain 3. So all you just need to do then is to go back and repeat rounds number 5 through 8. There are video chapters here that you can scroll back on. Now the entire blanket here in the dimensions are 35 inches square. So but you can go as big as you want to go for this particular example. So if you want it much bigger, just keep on going. If you want it less, it's up to you. Preemie size is approximately around 24 to 28 inches square, just so that you know. A rough baby blanket is between 35 to 40, and of course the throw size for your couch is around 60 inches. So this is kind of a neat concept in order to play, and this is the Be Mine square blanket by Jeanne, and we hope you have a super day. We'll see you again next time. Bye bye.